Good morning, good morning, good morning, UK. I tell you the challenges, they come, they come, they come. You know how long me I try come live on this computer and the internet. This side it ain't gonna happen. But you know we say persistent is key. And that is the main thing. So here I am this morning. So guys, I hope that you're okay. Good night, Jamaica, USA, the rest of the world. I greet you with love. Welcome to my channel, Abuse Insights, and welcome to Food for Thoughts. So, this morning topic is what can you do to support victims of sexual abuse? My father always tells me that if you don't have anything good to say nothing. And that's sometimes the best thing to do. But is it a good thing to do when giving support to a victim of sexual abuse? What do you say to someone who have been raped or experienced other form of sexual abuse? It can be really hard because you're worried you might say or do the wrong thing around the victim, which can in turn lead to more problems. You might offend the person when you don't intend to. However, survivor slash victim is different. It varies. Not everyone is the same. Therefore, we will not require to do or treat everyone the same. So here are some do's we can consider applying as follows. Do's. Do listen. Listen to what they are saying. Don't listen to respond. Listen to understand. It might be very hard for you to share. Sorry, it might be very hard for them to share with you, and you might be upset. It might be upsetting for you to hear, but it's important to show them that you are really listening. Do not try to interrupt, even though you might have a lot of questions. Do believe the victim is telling the truth and ensure you give them your all and empathy. It is uncommon and rare to find people making up stories about child sexual abuse, rape, and other forms of sexual violence. Why? Because there's nothing much to gain from lying. You might wish that what they are telling you wasn't true, but it's important to make it clear that you believe them. For many people, not being believed can lead them to feel a huge feel like for many people when you don't believe them, because I'm fiddling. I kind of understand how it feels not to be believed, especially when you are young, you're a young child, young adult, and something happens and you know for sure that it did, but no one else believes you. That's a gut wrenching feeling and it hurts. So it's important to understand that when someone is telling you their truth, don't give them the impression that they are lying. Yeah? All right, I'm fiddling again. And that, as I said, when you're telling the truth and you're not being believed, it can lead you to not want to share anything again with anyone. Now, I will share with you the common myth surrounding sexual violence and abuse. One, it is very important that victims do remember that the abuse is not their fault. It is not your fault. The blame, the shame, and the responsibility for sexual violence and abuse lies with the predator slash predators 100%. The victims and survivors can never be blamed or made to feel guilty of what happened to them and should never, because it is unimaginable to understand what a survivor of sexual abuse experiences. Many victims are struggling right now with the feelings of shame, guilt, and self blame. So it's important to let them know that they don't need to feel that way. It can be extremely hard for victims and survivors to talk about what happened to them. Oh, I know for sure. Having to go back over the experience of sexual violence or abuse brought back to life into their mind and body is no doubt upsetting and painful. If someone has managed to talk to you about their experience, let them know you understand how hard it might have been for them and ensure that the person knows that he or she is in control of their time and life. Why? Because persons who have experienced sexual abuse often feel powerless or feel like they have lost control of their life. When someone in our lives we care about have been hurt, it can be tempting to want to act, to want to push, to try and take charge and fix it. But it is very important to seize. Stop. Don't do it. Cease from trying to take over or to make decision for that person, for the other person, unless you were instructed to do so. Please, let me repeat that. When someone we care about, our daughter, our brother, our niece or nephew, our mom or aunt, it is natural and it is normal for us to feel like I want to confront whosoever done this to them because you care. But in a case like this, you have to be careful how you respond. Allow the victim to instruct you and to ask you for help. Instead, offer support to help them to work through their feelings, explore their options, make their own decisions to to respect their decision. You respect their decision. They respect their decision. Because it is very important to be patient and respectful to the victim and their boundaries. Be patient and avoid adding pressure to be told more from the victim until the victim is ready. They will talk. Because many victims and survivors find it very hard to trust people, especially if they've been let down before by telling other people and weren't believed when they spoke of their experience. So if someone put their trust in you and share their story with you, it is important not to betray that trust. And lastly, guys, if your partner, if your wife, your husband, because men do get abused the same, it's just that they are more reluctant to talk about it than women do. Only if they understand that there are help available just the same out there for them. But if your partner have experienced sexual violence or abuse, past or present, listen to me. He or she, I'm going to slow this down because I want you to get this. He or she might find intimacy, yes, intimacy and sexual contact difficult. Sometimes they might not want any physical contact with you. No touching, no hugging, no kissing. They don't want nothing. Another time they might desire extra physical contact, extra comfort, like hugging again, kissing. It's a mood swing. It happens. So it's very important that you understand that this is nothing personal against you. It's just the moments that they will go through. I heard someone spoke once on a program that my wife and I were good. She's the best wife. I have no complaint. She cooks, she cleans, she's a she's someone who supports you, you know. She's not lacking anything. But one thing, the guy said that she just doesn't like sex. And I remember the different comments at the time, and I too was thinking maybe, just maybe, this person have experienced abuse. And that's quite possible. So ladies or men, if you have experienced abuse, sexual abuse, or other types of abuse that can affect your relationship, because it can, it is very, very, very important. I'm emphasizing on important that you try to disclose these things to your partner so that they understand what you're going through and know how best to support you. Being abused is not something that you can fix overnight. It might take years for a person to feel normal again. It might take decade for that person to do and enjoy one thing. Because a simple touch that you touch someone can bring them back to a moment that was very painful. So please explain to your partner if you were abused and hurt and how you're feeling, and just maybe with that person's support you can get the relevant help. But if you get into a relationship with your past hidden, and I'm talking about abuse, because not everything you have to disclose, because some things, yeah, but sexual abuse is not something that go away. Ensure that you're with someone who understand, caring, someone who's understanding, someone who really want the best for you. I have something to drop in here. I was watching a program once where I think it's on Soulflow TV, I think, where it was said that we should find someone to be with who loves us and not someone who we are attracted to. You see right there, that's it. If you are trying to build a life with someone you are attracted to and not someone who really loves you, it is going to be very hard, very difficult to try to explain to that person what you've experienced, because that person is not giving you their all, their attention. So therefore, you will not get to a place where you feel comfortable to speak about your experience and what you might still be experiencing. In fact, the way that that person might be treating you could be triggering memories that just refuel certain feelings. And that will make your healing process even lengthier. So, guys, I hope you get something from this and understand a little more about how you can support a victim of sexual abuse. I will be sharing more on this topic. So, as I would say, do make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so that when I post new content, you will not miss out on a thing. And that is my share with you for this morning. Do go out there and have a wonderful day. And whatever you do something that can impact someone else's life. I just did by sharing this video with you. And you can share it with someone else. Believe it or not, there are many victims of sexual abuse out there. You might be one of them too. To need to hear this. It was not your fault, ladies. The abuse was not your fault. Mr. Young man, gentleman, sir, the abuse was also not your fault. Please seek help if you have not yet done so, because help is available for both women and for men. Do have a wonderful day. And I'm going to ask you this morning, as I do always, look down below the video that you're watching. You see a like button, a share button, subscribe, or you can leave a comment. If you do nothing, please hit the like button. Guys, come on. I'm not asking for much. Please hit the like button. I know you're going to do it for me because I believe that you want me to grow, right? Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day. I am out. God bless. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, let's end this.